Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Tech Tuesday on the Educational AD Podcast. We'll be right back with this week's tech guest, but we want to give a shout out to our podcast partners, the Florida Coaches Coalition, Vital Signs Wall of Fame, We Coach, and the Global Community of Women in High School Sports. These are four great organizations that you should have in your network. Make sure you reach out and connect with them today. And now don't hit that fast forward button. Stay with us for the next 3 minutes. We're going to give our sponsors a shout out. These are all companies that I used as an AD or as a coach. You should be using them too. Here we go. We want to say thanks to Athletic Surveys for their sponsorship of the Athletic Director Toolbox segment. Athletic Surveys are a quick, easy, and an affordable way for you to collect comprehensive data that allows you to evaluate and improve your entire program. At my school, we use surveys for just about everything, for teachers, for coaches, for kids, and for parents. And the information that came back was almost always overwhelmingly positive. And that's a tremendously valuable tool to have when you're speaking with a frustrated parent or your principal or your school board. Go to athleticsurveys.com. They're going to create a custom survey that lets you take the pulse of your parents and your student athletes. That's athleticsurveys.com. We also want to say thank you to Home Campus, the exclusive high school and information management platform for us. It's also your one-stop platform for things like scheduling, athletic clearance and eligibility, coaches management, and a whole lot more. Go to homecampus.com, talk to their pros, let them show you all the things that they can do for you and your school. That's homecampus.com. We also want to say thanks to Vital Signs Wall of Fame. Go to their website, vitalsignswalloffame.com. If you're looking for a really cool way to display your school record boards or your school's Hall of Fame, or simply showcase your school's proudest moments, Vital Signs Wall of Fame is the way to go. Mention this podcast, you'll get a nice discount. That's vitalsignswalloffame.com. We also want to say thank you to Hometown Ticketing. Go to hometownticketing.com. It's digital ticketing that offers more. Whether it's more support, more security, more customization, Hometown is going to make the best online ticketing solution for you. Go to hometownticketing.com to get started. We'd like to thank Gipper. Gipper is the official social media graphics solution for our podcast. It's also where you're going to start creating world-class content on your school's social media channel. Celebrate your teams, promote your athletes. Gipper.com will show you how to do it. And if you mention the podcast, they'll give you a nice discount too. That's Gipper.com. We also want to say thanks to Sideline Interactive, indoor scoring tables and video boards. Go to sidelineinteractive.com, schedule a live web demo, and see their score tables and their score boards in action. Their products not only generate income for your department, they also create the ultimate game day experience for your student athletes. Go to sidelineinteractive.com. Get signed up today. We want to say thank you to Huddle. Go to huddle.com and change the way you see the game. As a football coach, I used Huddle for years, but when I became an athletic director, I made sure that our school was a Huddle school. And our coaches just loved the tools that Huddle provided that let them coach our kids at the highest level. At Huddle, we believe in sports and teams believe in Huddle. Join the 8 million users. Find out how to turn your school into a Huddle school. And we want to say thanks to Snap Mobile. Go to snapraise.com. Check out their entire suite of platforms designed to help you do your job better. Of course, there's Snap Raise, their fundraising platform, but there's a whole lot more. Go to snapraise.com to check them all out. That's snapraise.com. Welcome back, everyone, to Tech Tuesday on the Educational AD Podcast. Our guest today is our official athletic director, tech guru, Mr. Scott Paine. Scott's a certified master athletic administrator. He's a longtime AD, also on the NIAAA's National Faculty for their 2 tech courses. And he's the co-host of a very popular athletic director podcast himself. Scott Paine, welcome back to Tech Tuesday.
Hey, thanks for having me again, Jake. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Happy Tuesday. Well, we're in the middle of fall, actually, maybe even transitioning now towards winter sports. Um, what's your tech tip for our listeners today?
Yeah, I don't have an app this time. What I'm bringing you this time is like a resource place to go to find more information about maybe some of your favorite vendors you want to go find more information about. Uh, if you heard the name already, maybe Abby Emerson, she runs a site called K-12 Sports Tech. For athletic directors, it's actually a pretty cool idea from Abby where you can go there, and she has a long history in the sports industry, especially sports technology industry at that matter. And on the site, it has a ton of different vendors that get vetted by her background of systems with surveys and whatnot from customers, as well as her teams dive into that company to find more out about the usability within different athletic departments and how that looks for you. So it's literally K12sportstech.com, I believe. And you can go on there. If this is coming out before, if you're listening and it's prior to NADC, I believe Abby will be at NADC with K-12 Sports Tech. And so you can meet her in person as well. And the site is very good too for vendor information. So, and for those of you that are part of different companies, reach out to Abby and get your vendor, background checked out and everything, and get on there, because I think she's grown it a lot, and it's a really cool resource, especially if you're kind of an AD that has, I mean, everyone has their plate full. So at the end of the day, if you don't want to have to go vet through things, she has done a lot of the footwork for you in terms of vetting out companies for getting just more information and bid processes going for you.
Well, great minds think alike. We actually had Abby on the podcast. I think it was episode number 468 off the top of my head. And you're absolutely right. It's a great connection for athletic directors who are, this is my word, not Abby's, maybe trying to vet a particular vendor or maybe find the best fit. And also for those vendors that are looking to connect with athletic directors, those people that are going to be making decisions. And you are absolutely right. Abby is going to be at the NADC in December. So make sure you stop by her booth, K-12, just like it sounds, K-12 Sports Tech. Throw out, I'll give you a little trivia if you haven't listened to the episode. She was an All-American lacrosse player at a little place called Notre Dame. So she's got a pretty good athletic background as well. Did some coaching and then founded K-12 Sports Tech. So I'm kind of taking over your tech tip, but thanks for bringing it to light on your end, Scott. Okay.
Well, no, I just thought what she does is fantastic. Wall of Fame, we're one of the vendors in there, and we went through her whole process. So it's she's top notch at what she does. Just like you said, I mean, pedigree coming out of Notre Dame. You're probably a little bit you're probably on the smart scale there as well as on the athletic scale. And Abby is definitely a very good proponent of sports tech, especially in the K through 12 space.
Well, again, thanks for sharing that resource. Abby Emerson is the name. K-12 Sports Tech is the site. Scott, you also have some pretty darn good advice for our listeners on tech and tech apps. If one of them wanted to reach out and connect with you, what's the best way that they can do that?
Yeah, just find me on my personal email, Paine, Paine, period, Scott, SCOTT at gmail.com. And then pretty much any social media application. I'm Twitter, LinkedIn, the most. So it's very easy to just find me on there and talk to me there too.
And I assume you and your partner in crime are going to be teaching the tech courses again at Orlando in December.
Me and my esteemed colleague, Freddie, we will be Friday night. Y'all can come and have some fun learning about everything digital communications with us and our crew for LTC 614. And then early Monday morning, we roll you 613. So bring your coffee and your donut with you, and we will cover everything Google. It'll be the Friday night. We want to say that'll be the best 4 hours of your life. You just have to sign up and come have some fun with us. We definitely have the digital communications class. If you haven't signed up for 614, we cover that class does get updated almost annually by us, because it's all the evolving technologies that are kind of exactly what this episode would be covering from Abby, right? Those companies evolve so much and different ones come into the space. We have updated how to go. It's not only talking how do you have a digital presence with your communication? But we also talk about the vendors to go find, from free usages to, pay tiers. And we really dive into that for 4 hours with you, on how to use them. And we get accounts to use and whatnot. So you can kind of get a taste of them without going through a sales process per se.
Yeah. I've had the pleasure of listening to the tech courses that Scott and Freddie teach. I took it years and years ago. I think it was still maybe just Word applications in Excel. Now it really is tech stuff. I got to introduce them last year at the national conference. I was just looking at my schedule. I think I might be free during that time period. I'll be teaching the 2 middle school courses again, but that's going to be I guess Sunday evening and Monday evening. So I'm good. And let's go and blow our own horn a little bit. Vital Signs Wall of Fame is, one of my sponsors, one of your sponsors. They are having an event on Sunday evening. It's going to be on site. Don't ask me the room, but there'll be a lot of promotion behind it. It's actually kind of 2 events in one. The first one, the main one, I guess, is going to be called Meet the Podcasters. And, most of the athletic director related podcasts that you listen to, all the hosts are going to be there in the room. You're going to have a chance to meet them, maybe ask some questions, take some pictures with your favorite podcast host. And then we're also going to be launching in an official and personal way our new book, The All-Star Athletic Director, Insights from 10 Great Women Athletic Directors. Vital Signs is part of that sponsorship. It'll be a lot of free books. There'll be a lot of beverages, opportunity to meet some folks. So we really want to invite everybody to come by to the Vital Signs Wall of Fame meet and greet Sunday night at the NADC. How was that? Was that a good promo?
Yeah, I was just thinking about the fact that Freddie and I haven't teased it on our podcast yet. And so by now you probably have heard it from us on our podcast too. It'll be an entertaining evening. I have a feeling you definitely can get your drink. Make sure you get a ticket. You will have to have a ticket to enter the venue that evening. I do not know the room number. But I do know that we at the Wall of Fame have a pretty fun evening in that regard. We're doing 2 times too, I believe, where because the room's not going to probably fit everybody the first round. It'll be fun. It'll be a good go around. I believe it's 7:30 and 9, Jake, I think, on Sunday. And to come have fun. I think we're going to do a roundtable talk with all the podcasters. I think off of the off-duty ADs, I believe Ryan Walker, I will believe, is going to moderate it. And I believe his wife Gretchen's going to intro him on that. So that should be, for those of you that are off-duty AD fans, that should be a treat. And then I think we're just going to shoot the wind while we're in there having some beverages. So it should be a fun time. And then also, obviously, Jake, your book. So it'll be, again, you have to get a ticket. If you're not a Wall of Fame email newsletter person, you probably haven't seen one of those. So definitely come through the vendor hall and find us at the booth. We're right through the doors as you come in, and we'll get you hooked up for that Sunday evening fun. At least bare minimum, come have a free beverage and some food with us.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So, Scott, as always, thanks for sharing with our listeners. Great job with your podcast and Freddie. For our listeners, we appreciate you tuning in, of course. We upload the Zoom recordings to our YouTube channel. Come back next Tuesday for another great tech tip. And make sure you listen to the AD podcast with Scott Paine and Thomas Freddie Fredrickson. We'll see you next time on the Tech Tuesday on the Educational AD podcast. Again, we really appreciate you listening. We also appreciate it when you visit our sponsors. Home Campus is the exclusive state association and student athlete eligibility and clearance platform for us. It's also your one-stop for things like scheduling, coaches management, and a whole lot more. To find out more, all you have to do is go to homecampus.com. We also want to thank Sideline Interactive indoor score tables and video boards. Go to sidelineinteractive.com to see all the great products they have for you and your school. Hometown ticketing. If you are not using Hometown, you're not using the #1 online ticketing platform for high schools and colleges. Go to hometownticketing.com, find out all the great things they can do for your school. We also want to say thanks to Gipper, the official social media graphics solution for the Educational AD podcast. It's also where you're going to learn how to create world-class content for your school's social media channel. That's Gipper.com. We want to thank Snap Mobile. Snap Mobile is the company. Snap Raise is the website. Go to snapraise.com. Check out their entire suite of platforms. Snapraise.com. We want to thank Huddle. As a football coach, I used Huddle. As an AD, we were a Huddle school. Go to huddle.com to find out more. Vital Signs Wall of Fame wants to bring your school's legacy to life, whether it's school record boards, your school's Hall of Fame, or just telling your school's story. Go to vitalsignswalloffame.com. Mention this podcast, you'll get a nice discount. And Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. Go to athleticsurveys.com. Let them create a custom survey for your school that'll help you take your program from good to great. Thanks as always for listening. We'll see you next time on Tech Tuesday on the Educational AD Podcast.